Chafing Armor Podcast, episode 94. You belong to me. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Corley, who is also Dungeon Master. I don't know why I said it like that, but I'm moving forward anyway. With us tonight is Riley. Riley, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm Riley, and I'll be playing Athora Greyfield, a tiefling fighter.
Indeed. And also with us is Lee. Lee, how you doing?
Not bad, yourself?
I'm doing good. Anyway, also with us is James. James, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, my name is James. I will be playing John Smith, an accountant.
Yes, and John is got the special ability to collate anything that he prints. It's very impressive.
Okay. Actually, I'm playing, you guessed it, Pentancellis, spell scale sorcerer.
And also with us is Dare. Dare, tell us who you will be playing.
Hello, everyone. I am playing Tix Birchmanson, your favorite diminutive cleric.
There we go. And last but certainly not least, because fun fact, she's actually 7'9", is Izzy.
That's
Izzy,
not correct.
tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I'm playing Marezimu Gra, 6'5", half-orc barbarian.
Indeed. So her
not taller than Osokai, but practically taller than Osokai due to his slouching.
Indeed, as he does tend to crouch over. When we last left our character, speaking of Osokai, he dead. Osokai was killed by a vicious backstab due to a rather unfortunate incident with a tiefling by the name of Ineskia, who has been dispatched by his former compatriot, a strange Kenku, who had been working with him and had been betrayed by him. But despite that, and despite many battles, there's still a dead Osokai. You have been trying to make your way to the temple of Timoria, the goddess of luck, who is known to be friendly towards the followers of Garl Glittergold. And as you are making your way up the hill, passing by the guards, passing by the corrupt mayor of Zentil Keep, you see the strange outline of a monstrous spider in the sky, and then it dissipates. And you are free to go forward.
I think we need to make all due haste up to the temple. That does not give me a warm, fresh feeling to see that spider.
No. Let's all hop in and make a quick trip of this.
Okay. And Lee, your character is free to do what you want to do. There is, of course, a strong connection with what's going on with the death of this individual who was killed by Ineskia. But I am not here to, what I'm trying to say is I'm not here to railroad you into going with them, but what would this individual do?
Well, our goals at this moment seem to align, specifically because they set me up and they need to go down. I'm not all that fond of
Mm-hmm.
revenge, but this is personal. They corrupted my best friend, my brother, and essentially he pays a lot of responsibility for it, but something's up, and I at least need to atone for my own involvement in the death of their compatriot. So I will.
Yeah. Penton leans out of the doorway and says, "Hey, Birdie, you're riding a chicken hut?"
I don't really want to. I don't like the inside of that chicken hut. It skeezes me out.
It's much nicer inside.
We've been cleaning.
Does the
it's
a
definitely
chicken
not covered with the detritus of hags anymore. I promise.
I mean, the
We've been launching a lot of Marie Kenku.
How would a Kenku say does this spark joy? There is, of course, the desiccated corpse of my brother still in there, to the best of my knowledge. So,
We're busy dumping it out the door.
He's probably turning to dust right now anyway. We'll just sweep him
up. So the chicken hut is obviously a magical creature. Does it understand? Does it understand languages? Like if I spoke Avian, or Auran, I should say, being a chicken hut.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, the one thing I can say for certain is that the character you're playing does not know that.
Yeah. Okay. I will gingerly approach the hut that did just try to kill me, with the large talons on its feet.
Toesy woesies.
Underneath it's incredibly.
Well, if it makes you feel better, there's a sling underneath.
I did notice that. I did notice that. Hashtag hot nuts.
It's been tragically empty.
Penton turns to the others and sniggers.
I'm going to delicately climb to the roof of the hut and set up there. I don't want to go inside.
Okay.
If the hut will let me.
The crow's nest.
Yeah. You absolutely can.
Kenku tops himself after that terrible joke. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. I he doesn't want to go inside the hut. It's bigger on the inside. It reeks of magics, and it unsettles me.
Yeah, it just, well, it'd be like one of us riding in a conveyance that has human legs. It's just like,
yeah, that's
so good.
Pretty much.
Look, Isabel, I'm not telling you that you need to draw the chicken hut with human legs, but I am saying that would be pretty fun.
Not a chicken hut, a car with human legs instead.
That's right, with four
instead of wheels. Yeah, four
wheels.
Human legs.
Yes, so it's understandable why this would be a little unsettling.
I've actually drawn that before. It was Lightning McQueen.
with legs.
So yeah, that's with Audrey 3s, which I obviously don't know the name. With the chicken hut's blessing, I will sit on the roof because I'm not. I don't want to upset the hut.
Okay. Well, it definitely, like, you can tell that it senses you're there, but it seems to be more focused on other things. It doesn't seem to be particularly upset with you, but like it's kind of like, it's more like a like kind of vibe you get from it. Just starts doom 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 up the hill very easily, and y'all have noticed this before. Is like right after it eats, it's just like a wash in energy.
Sugar high.
Yeah,
exactly.
She's way
exactly.
too busy to care about you. She's busy absorbing the life force of your best friend. So
that's right.
Ex-best friend.
As you make your way up the hill, you see the temple of Timora come up, and there's a giant centerpiece where you would maybe see a rose window in a like old school Catholic church, but instead is a set of a gold plated coin, just like a face up coin, and there is nothing obstructing you. There are no monsters. There's nothing, no lightning striking or anything like that. For once,
I don't understand.
I know what's happening. I don't understand. And of course,
it's a trap.
I was going to say, yeah, the entire street is trapped, and you are all shot 5,000 times.
Uh-oh.
Yay!
Just
I
kidding,
hate
just
when
kidding.
that happens.
Sounds like a Friday.
Tuesdays. We made the same joke, but different days.
Yeah. I think we should spend about 20 minutes checking the front entrance to make sure there's no traps. And we should play out every single minute.
Yes, I think that's absolutely what we should do. And
That's the best use of everyone's time.
To be fair, given Athora's experience in this city, this wouldn't be the first time getting shot by 500 arrows.
Yikes.
Okay.
Right.
So tell me, are you going to try to go inside with Audrey, or are you going to bring
I
her
think
inside?
Audrey should wait out front. Morezi, would you bring Osokai's body, and I will go on ahead to meet the priest who is in charge, or
I
priestess.
love that show, Meet the Priest.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so Tix hops on out and heads towards the entrance of the temple.
As you approach the large doors, again, think about a classic church here. Open, and this tiny figure comes out, slightly taller than you, but not by much. A halfling comes out, and she is dressed in priest's robes, and you recognize them immediately as those of Timora, and she walks up to you, and she kisses you on both your cheeks, and she says, "Greetings! Greetings, friend of a friend. Greetings from Timora to Garl Glittergold."
And Tix bows formally after the kiss and takes her hand and kisses it and shows his badge of office, his stole, and his token of Garl Glittergold. I can spit that out. And
Garl.
Garl.
Gargle.
Arnold Schwarzenegger impression.
I'll be back. And asked to see, we need an audience with the head priestess or priest to see about a friend who has passed away.
And she you could see like her demeanor is like fairly playful, and she becomes more serious when you say that, and she goes, of course, please come inside.
And so I motion to Merezi and follow her inside.
Okay.
Corpse shoes on or off?
As you say that, one of Osakai's boots just boom, falls off.
Well, fun fact, Osakai wasn't wearing boots.
That's true. He was not. He was not wearing shoes.
True.
There was a lot of things
Gets in the
going
way
on.
of the shifting.
Not that you could tell. He had hobbit
So
feet.
as I'm approaching the doorway, I'll turn back and say, "Hey, Birdie, come in."
I kind of resent being called Birdie. Just a touch. The sound of a lizard's tongue flicks out of the mouth with an added sparkle to it. Fair enough, sparkle lizard, and I'll wander in.
So you all make your way in, and when you walk into the temple, Athora, you do feel like a slight shudder go through you, but it is not like the temple is attacking you. It's something else. It's like there was a cloak around you, and suddenly it's pulled off.
Oh,
And you're just kind of like, oh.
that didn't feel good.
It's an unpleasant feeling. It's like suddenly you were outside and you were wearing a cloak, and someone just pulled off your cloak, and you feel like a little cold as you walk in. You have no idea what to make of it. You've never felt anything like that before.
That's weird.
But just put that away for later. As y'all make your way into the main dais, is also in the shape of a large coin. It's not like ridiculous. It's actually kind of tasteful, and it's a place where both the ceremonies can take place, but also it's meant to be a meeting place, and it is also where healing takes place. And the priestess indicates for you to put the body there. There are other figures here, other acolytes, other people working, but you quickly understand that the person who greeted you, Tix, is the head priestess. And she introduces herself as Pimder. Her name is Pimder.
Pimder.
With an M. Pimder. And she indicates that you lay the body on the large facsimile of a giant coin.
And so Tix guides Merezi to do that. And
Yes, I do that.
Merezi hoiks the body like a carpet
Yep.
over her shoulder.
Yeah, she's still like 20 feet away, and she just goes like, "Fwah!"
An arm comes off.
Yep.
No.
We can fix that. No, she does not do that. As funny as that would be. And she indicates all of you to kind of circle around, like basically kind of like a round table sort of thing. It's big. It's probably like maybe a 10-foot diameter, but it's not like gigantic.
I'm going to actually stay by the door and keep a lookout.
Okay. You kind of hang back, and no one stops you. They might have noticed and might wonder if you're going to make a run for it or not. But she says, "I'm sorry to be crass, but the gods do demand their price. I am going to need 1,000 gold or something equivalent."
Okay.
Do we have that?
So up until now, I have been very loose because to be perfectly honest, I don't really care about like money in these games. So I'm just gonna flat out tell y'all, you do have that much money. That is a huge chunk of your money. That is most of your money.
Yeah.
If you were just giving her 1,000 gold.
And all of you will have to pull your resources, most likely.
Yeah. Well, you can have all of mine.
That's true. You have all of yours. All of your nut.
That will be most of everything. All the silver, gold.
Let me roll a post-emptive spot check. 19.
Okay.
I think based on that roll, I'm going to do some backwards logic and say that I noticed when the Kenku looted Mr. Jerkwad.
Hey, bird guy, speak guy.
So-
You looted some cool rocks, right?
That sounds like metagaming to me.
Well, no, I
does
think
it? All right.
Well, it's what I'd rather do is I need you to make a sleight of hand check because you specifically said you snuck them into your pouch.
Oh.
You snuck them onto yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be metagaming.
So this isn't
I don't know
an
what that is,
opposed
but I
roll.
assume it's bad.
Okay. Well, she's going to have to work hard because, 24.
5. Nope, that
You just basically smack him in the head.
didn't happen. That's a thought Merezi had,
Yeah.
Well,
but it never came out.
that is what this character does, and you do hear them talk about it. And when you were taking the gems, this is something that you've done so often. It's not even you aren't even trying, quote unquote, to hide it. It's just what you do. As you found the gem, maybe the first one was a little exposed, but after that, you would reach into the pocket and then pull it out with your hand closed, and then slip it into your pocket so that the glint of the gems never even saw the light of day. Which is again why you don't know the value of them right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you do hear them say that yes, we need 1,000 gold in order to resurrect this individual.
While they're, because obviously nobody's probably looking at me as I'm near the door keeping a lookout, can I check if anyone is looking at me? Is everybody totally focused?
Everybody is totally focused, except you do see Merezi turn and look at you. She turns and she kind of looks at you like, did I see? Nah. But she turns and looks at you for a moment. But other than that, no.
All right, I will keep my back to them and I'll take out the gems and do a quick appraisal. See if just see what I'm potentially working with here.
Okay. So I cannot remember. You need to roll to appraise, correct?
Yes, I have an appraise skill.
Yes.
And I'm good at it. That's cocked. That's not. I'm very good at it. 22. Actually
22,
didn't roll
yeah.
that well, but my skill is pretty good.
So you just your quick off the cuff. You're sure that these
there are 10 of them, so.
Mm-hmm. You're sure that these. First of all, these were definitely not everything that he had. He probably squirreled them away somewhere.
You'd be smart too, yes.
Exactly. He wouldn't just have his entire thing on there. These are worth at least 260 gold. the 10 of them, and potentially more if you could find the right buyer. But like if you wanted to move them relatively quickly and easily, 260 gold.
Okay, I'll put them away for now.
Okay.
I want to get them properly appraised because 260. He wouldn't keep them on his body unless there was a specific reason. So
Yeah. You think and with that high roll, you think there's something else going on with these gems, but you're not quite sure.
Yeah.
But you know you could turn them over for that easily.
I will, however, take out the money that I did get from him, which I believe was 79 gold, something.
I think it was 62, but yes.
62. Yeah, I'll take that out and add it to the pool. I'll wander over and add it to the pool and then head back to where I was from.
Okay. So I want you all to imagine that slowly, and of course this also requires a trip back to Audrey, because y'all aren't just carrying all of your worldly possessions on you because you don't have to.
Why not? I am.
You are, yes.
I'll add the 62 gold when they've all left.
Tix will ask in passing if they're interested in a giant bottled wyvern.
She kind of looks at you. And she's like, "Not really. I could maybe make some inquiries to a couple of local wizards, but not so much."
Just checking.
Okay. She's pretty easygoing, but she's just like, no, not really.
We're never going to get that trash out of the attic.
And
It's practically the team mascot at this point.
exactly.
How does Tamora feel about 10 bottles of 320-year-old elven wine?
Oh, that's a better question.
We're trying to barter for a man's soul.
Well, so here's the thing. This is a process because, like I said, you have to go back out to Audrey. You have to get these things. You kind of all have your like little satchels of things, of like it being piled and piled and piled is one after the other, and there's separating out the copper coins, and there's a couple of platinum pieces here and there. Y'all have been adventuring together for almost 2 years now. And since you are new to the party, I have to ask, Athora, are you contributing as well?
I only have 90 gold, so if they want to use that, I'm not using it.
Okay. Y'all see that Athora, and as far as you know, this is all the money she has in the world, puts down a stack of coins that's just shy of 100 gold.
Tix hands it back to her. We have more than enough to cover it. You keep your gold.
Okay.
We'll take care of the bear boy.
Just a quick question too. Did Osakai still have his gold on him, or did Inaskia steal that? I don't know the specifics of what Inaskia may have done.
The funny thing is, he didn't. He actually didn't, which is weird for him, but probably because of the circumstances and because of everything else going on, Osakai still had his coin pouch on him. It was a little lighter after his little night out.
Yeah.
But it was on him. Yeah.
He most likely had about 80 gold on him.
Okay.
So.
And I don't think that anyone feels disrespectful in making use of that.
No, not
I
at all.
shouldn't think so.
Nope.
Tix goes
but it's
immediately
there.
for his wallet, for Osakai's wallet.
It's like the first thing, just dip right in there. So I just want you to imagine almost like a montage as y'all are going. You're passing around. You're bartering with the bottles, and what she says is that it's worth several hundred gold. It would be worth a little bit more if there wasn't one missing. Because it would be a complete set. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 missing. That's right. There were 2 missing by the end. But it's still rather valuable. They're able to, if you want to barter the fine dresses that are in there, we could joke whether or not we want to have them slightly ripped from a certain character or two trying them on.
We'll keep those two.
I want that to be canon.
But then it shall be. But they're slightly ripped, but they're not like damaged.
I've now got this image of Morezi sitting when everyone else has left. Morezi sitting in the chicken hut with 2 dresses, one that she wore and one Osakai wore, and just kind of looking at him going,
Aww.
miss you, big fella.
Yep. And finally, at the end, an agreement is reached that you have given her 1,000 gold's value of the items that you've collected. Of course, the raw cash, coins, and the dresses, and the bottles, and everything. And I want to put this forward. Are there any magical items that you want to put forward as, potential payment?
I'm looking through the list and seeing what we have.
Weird shovel.
How about a 3-foot span of magic rope?
Yes, magic
if you
rope.
if you want to try to make a deception check.
No, not deception. It has been invaluable. For 2 years,
invaluable.
it has been invaluable.
And
the word, it's got a tag on it that
very
says magic
serious
rope
about
written
this.
in inverted commas.
I'm very serious about this. If you ever want to find a magic user, this rope is now primed to actually be enchanted. I'm not kidding about that.
No, we'll do that after this round of debauchery. Okay. We have the Amulet of Mighty Fists and Bare-Knuckled Combat.
Yep. If nobody's using that, then
and we have
that is actually very valuable.
And we have the Necklace of Feast or Famine.
Mm-hmm. The truth is, if y'all want to turn those in, and I'm not trying to metagame either, but I just want to, because y'all we've been doing this for several years now. You do actually have one item that she would find very valuable, ticks, and that is one that you got when you were on your adventure with Osokai, which is a 4-leaf clover, a bronze 4-leaf clover.
Oh, I'm going to have to look back in the notes for that.
Yeah. Well, you've never used it, but if y'all are doing this process of like, hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? When you pull that out, her eyes widen, and she says, "Oh, what have we here?" Remember that Tamora is the god of luck,
right?
And the god. In fact, her nickname is literally Lady Luck.
Let me just duck out and steal some horseshoes from a blacksmith.
But there's room for doubt on that.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. In fact, if you affix this to your clothing, once per day you can re-roll one roll. It's basically a luck charm.
Where was this for Osakai? Hello.
Well, y'all never really
about that.
You know what? It's just how things happen in D&D. Y'all have got so much crap that you found over the years that it happens.
Down at the bottom of Tix's bag.
What I just want you to know that she is willing to offer you. Basically, she's willing to front half of the cost for that, 500 gold.
Woo.
Well, considering we haven't used it in 2 years, I look at Pitton and I say, "That good for you? You don't use it.
I don't want it."
You know from experience that Penton will not use any magical item.
Okay, so we'll do the dresses, the wine, the necklace of Feast or Famine, the Mighty Fists of Bare Knuckle Combat, and the charm, the lucky charm, and that should equal about 1,000.
Okay. What you find out is that she actually uses a gem that is worth 1,000 gold, and so that's why you have to pay her 1,000 gold.
Right.
And then typically, by the way, it's sort of implied in these things that you also give her a little bit extra. Like maybe 100 gold, something like that.
Donation to the church.
10%
Exactly.
on the top.
Exactly. It's especially you, Tix, would be aware of this.
Right.
But I'm setting all of that aside. That's giving all of these things has essentially done that. In addition to several hundred gold that y'all have contributed.
Hold on just 1 second, though. Penton walks over to Tix and he says, "Can I see that for a second? That charm?"
Yes.
I don't want to use it. I just want to look at it. And Penton touches it to its tongue and says, "Wow, that's magically delicious."
night, everybody.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's the last episode with James. Goodbye, James.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure working with you all.
As he dances off. Scat that daddly doo.
Hacha.
Just get the Perfect Strangers song just playing over the end of that.
The executive producer, Dick Wolf or Brockheimer or whoever.
Mike Nichols. Somebody. I don't know.
There you go. So you see like
was Dick Wolf.
I know, right? There's a process as some of the acolytes take away these items and safely store them away, and they've kind of been like companion, like little mascots in the hut, and it's kind of sad to see them go, but towards a good purpose. And the ritual,
Our big mascot in the hut.
yes.
We can throw that in as her bonus.
Yeah, she does not want it. She does not want it.
No, I'm saying it's Osokai's our big mascot.
Oh yes, he is. He is true. That's true. So the ritual is about to begin. She wants all of you, and she doesn't like insist, but she kind of gestures to you, Lee, to come closer. It's up to you whether or not you would.
Well, after all of this has been doing, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure we're okay, but I'm not 100% sure. This city's not a safe haven.
Okay.
And I've been here a very long time, so I will make my way closer. But yeah, otherwise, I'm gonna keep an eye out. Still, I don't trust this city.
Okay.
Of course, I don't. I live here.
Yeah, you know how much this place sucks. You've basically been living in the sewers. You've been making your way over to the bunting nearby that is very popular with folk like you. But anyway.
Like you.
Well, yeah, anyone who's not like them, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And the ritual begins. And she takes this just gem that's the size of her fist and places it on Osokai's chest. And she begins to pray to Taimura and says, fortune favor the bold, fortune favor those to live again. And she begins this, it's a very long, intricate ritual, bringing someone back to the dead, as you can imagine. And then suddenly she screams. She screams and she looks forward, and you'll see that her eyes have gone black, and she vomits darkness from her mouth. And in just a heartbeat, you are all enveloped in blackness.
Oh.
And you feel cold. You feel the cold of the abyss, and you feel it draining your energy. And you can feel it below without even seeing it. A endless network of spider webs. The demon webs of the abyss. And all of you feel this terrible weakness coming over you. All of you except Athora. It's not that you feel strengthened, but you resist the effects that you are feeling right now.
That's good.
You're just not affected. You can see that it's everyone else is kind of feeling like this sucks, and you're not feeling those effects. What you see before you, the human mind or the humanoid mind is not meant to be where you are. It's really bad for you, and the priestess is on her knees.
Ask the dead guy. He knows.
Yeah. And what
He's been here before.
Exactly, he has been here before. What you see stretched out over the abyss is a giant, almost unimaginably large spider web. And stuck on that spider web is Osokai. And he's not naked, but he's only in a loincloth. He's exposed is more. You can tell why he's like that. He's no armor, no weapons. He has nothing to protect him. And coming towards him on the spider web is a Drider. is an aspect of Loft, the Spider Queen. And she is cackling, and she is laughing, and she is hissing, and bile is spittling out of her mouth. And she is simply saying, "You are mine." And as she comes closer, y'all see the just waves of pain washing over Osokai, or to be more specific, Osokai's soul, as she comes closer to him.
Can I move?
You absolutely can move.
Is it like swimming through darkness, or are we like on a floor and the floor is see-through and we can see the spider web?
It's a little more like swimming through darkness. It's like in the astral plane, but your movement is much more restricted. Swimming is a really nice analogy, but it's just everything feels syrupy and thick and uncomfortable, and it feels like you've been out in the sun all day and you just feel drained, like your very life force is being sucked from you.
I mean, you know the in-character choice for my character.
Get your dirty hands off him!
As the Charlton Heston move. Describe to me. I'm not rolling for initiative right now. It's y'all in Loft.
I think I'm not gonna try, like, Rizzy's a little dumb, but she knows that's a god.
Mm-hmm.
So she's, like, gonna, like, approach, like, within, I don't know, close enough that she could get close in a round of combat, but respectful distance. She's, like, waving her hands, trying to get Lolth's attention.
Okay.
It's not his time!
Penton is going to close his eyes and start meditating. Kind of like as a mental barrier. And then do his Bahamut meditation.
Okay. Would please roll an Arcana check.
Okay. That is a 26.
Okay. So when everyone else is going like, "Ugh," you instead just sit, if that is even the right word where you are, and close your eyes and begin to meditate, and you sense the presence of Bahamut. And he is not quite here with you because you're in sort of a tangential... You're not in the demon webs,
right,
because you would be being torn apart by hellish entities right now. You're sort of adjacent.
At the fringes, yeah.
Exactly. You're on the fringes as these things happen. And the geography of these realms is highly mutable. You feel his presence. And you also know that he's not a real fan of the Spider Queen.
I kind of figured.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. And you feel strength coming through you, and you do actually begin to glow.
I got that glow.
Yeah, your glow actually, without you willing it, it actually kicks in. And it's a slightly different glow. It's actually the glow that your magic missiles make.
Oh.
You recognize it, but it's as when you infuse them with the energy of Bahamut. That's the glow that you have right now, and you feel
silvery radiance kind of thing.
Exactly. You feel your strength kind of coming back to you a little bit. She looks down at you, Marezi, and then there's like that, as you know, she is an aspect of Loft. She is not Loft herself, because that's a little hard to bear. But she's still a lot, and I would like you to make a willpower save, Marezi.
I see.
But I would like you to make it with advantage.
13 and 18.
Okay. So you're able to stand your ground, and she turns and looks down at you, and she says, "You should not be here. Why are you here? Get back to the material plane and complete your task, foolish mortal." But she does not approach any further.
That's the noise I make at her with my tongue.
And I I
You
haven't
are in
given.
the presence of a god.
I don't make a
This
big
is-
deal out of it, but that is the noise I make.
Gotta tell you guys, I was not expecting this.
No, that was I. That was amazing. Just blow a
Um,
raspberry at Lolf. It's fine. We're
So,
fine.
Tix, Athora, Lee, is there anything that y'all would like to do?
Tix is going to be holding up the symbol of Garl Glitter Gold and praying mightily hard and, thinking in his mind, what has this bear boy gotten himself into now? And so he's praying to Garl Glitter Gold for guidance and help.
Okay. Give me a divinity check.
Divinity check is... That is... you want any modifiers with that?
With the total, yes.
Knowledge, religion. All right,
Yes.
that is a 26.
Okay. And kind of like in a different way, your body begins to glow here in this adjacent area of the abyss. And you feel the touch of Garl Glittergold suffuse your body, and some of your strength returns. What would you like to do?
Let's see, is Sanctuary a touch spell?
I think so. If you're casting it on someone else.
Yeah. So I probably can't get near him. So we'll go with protection from evil.
Also not entirely sure things can be cast on ethereal concepts like a soul.
Yeah.
Well, the truth is you don't know.
No, we don't know.
You don't know what's going to happen if you
So-
try that.
So we'll try protection from evil on Osakai's soul.
Okay. You call on Garl Glittergold and you cast protection from evil, and she laughs.
Yeah.
She
That's what I
laughs.
was afraid of.
And she just takes one of her spider legs, one of her forelegs, and not even like stab, she just kind of pushes it into Osakai's abdomen. And y'all feel the pain radiating out of Osokai. As the reason she does it, you can tell, is not so much to cause him pain, though of course she is doing that, is literally to push through your protection from evil, because it cannot stand up against her. She is just too powerful for it.
And it's just an aspect of her.
Yes, This is just an aspect. This is an avatar of.
I haven't even
love.
shown you my true power.
Exactly. She's not even trying. And she says, "You don't understand. Your foolish little friend prayed to me. He opened himself to me. He gave himself to me. He no longer belongs to the traveler. He belongs to me." And that's when you hear the sound. And you, more than anyone, Lee, hear this first. You hear the sound of flapping wings. And you hear the ancestors in you when your people flew before they were cursed, and not only taken their flight but their voice. You hear the flapping of wings, and just standing there in front of you, there's no like landing or anything, standing very simply and very small, by the way, compared to this giant Drider, is the Raven Queen.
Do the rest of them see it?
Oh yeah, everyone sees, but like when she arrives, it like resonates with your soul. When she arrives, but you all see her just kind of appear, and she says, "I'm very sorry, but he belongs to me." And
God fight.
yeah, there is a sound that comes out of Loft, and you don't know like if you're here, if you all are here, or if this is like some kind of projection or what's happening, but you kind of feel like if you were fully here, that you would just be dead. this sound that comes out, it's just this, just this fury, this pure fury. You all think of Loft as like very conniving and sneaky, but you forget just how much anger and hatred is part of her essence. She says, "He is mine." And the Raven Queen simply replies, "He is my Dullahan, and as such, he belongs to me. He performed a service to me of ridding the world of a lich, and as such, he is my Dullahan and belongs with me to do with as I see fit." And now, you feel like you would be destroyed by laughter, as this laughter rings through the echoes of the darkness, as the Spider Queen says, "But he prayed to me first. He gave himself to me first. He is mine!" And one of her foot, again, just right through the abdomen of Osokai. And Osokai, you just scream. It's pain unlike anything you've ever experienced. You did not even know that pain could exist like that. And very calmly, the Raven Queen just, like delicately almost, takes the pincer, the leg, and just pulls it out like it was nothing. And she says, "But he did a service to me first." Now you see 3 figures slowly appearing around Osokai. 3 figures that all of you, except for the character you're currently controlling, Lee, and Athora, they are the innkeeper from the Last Dragon Inn, where your characters first congregated. Owen and his wife, Bronwyn, and the little ghost child, Finna. And if you recall, all of them were called back into service in that temple of Loth down in the Underdark. And you defeated them, and you set their spirits free. The Raven Queen says, "By setting these creatures free from their undeath, they all became my Dullahan, and therefore he belongs to me." And you see Owen pull up Osokai. You see Bromwyn kind of dip his head forward, and little Finna, her name is Finna, takes his hand and pulls him up from the spider web. And they form a circle around him, and Loft attacks. She just takes her pincer and she just stabs right into all of them. And the pincer goes through harmlessly. And the Raven Queen turns to you, Osokai, and she says, "The Traveler is calling you. It's time to rest."
It's about bloody time.
And Osokai, behind you, you can see, as you saw before when you were chopped in half by a shark, you can see the fields of the Traveler, the open fields with endless game where your people go into their afterlife. And Finna, the little girl, squeezes your hand and says, "Thank you, mister."
We'll kneel down and simply say back, "No, thank you."
And it's true, because if you had not saved her, your soul would now belong to Loft.
Can I see the party?
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. You are currently, you are now feeling a gentle breeze, and it's starting to build. It's actually literally starting to pull you towards the lands of the Traveler. You do turn and you see the entire party, and they are all staring at you, along with this odd Kinku as well that you don't recognize at all. But hey, when has your party ever been normal?
True. This is just Tuesday. I'll try and resist the pull as much as possible.
Okay.
And I want to say my farewells to all of them. Damn it, I'm choking up. For being with me, for working with me. Thank you.
Aww.
You will all be my best friends. And I will tap Tix on the top of the head, including you, little buddy.
Aww.
You're welcome, Bear Boy. I'm glad you didn't end up spider food.
I'll turn to the Kenku They're in your hands now. Serve them well. Later, guys.
Happy hunting, my friend.
Goodbye.
Tix has a grin on his face as he nods goodbye.
Marezi's sobbing.
Mm-hmm.
Farewell.
I will step through into the fields of the traveler.
And at long last, what your character has been longing for, actually, for some time, but knew that he could not. You walk into there and you hear the calls of your aunts and uncles, or as they called it among your people, as you smell the warm campfire and hear the crickets, and you know that your peace and joy in the hunt will never end.
Stepping through, my fur returns to its normal color.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no longer white. I'm back to how I used to be. And I'll turn and give one last salute, and that's it.
And
Good night, sweet prince.
Loft actually turns to all of you. The Raven Queen is just gone, and the family lingers for a moment more. They actually were followed a different god, and they're heading off to their afterlife, and they're waving to all of you. But Loft, of all people, of all gods, is still there. She leans in. She doesn't approach you, but she leans in and she says, "Finish the task." And then, boom! You are all suddenly back in the real world, and Primder just collapses to the ground, and but does not seem to be dead, but is just utterly spent. And Osokai's body is on the dais, and he is very dead.
And the gem shatters.
Well, the casting the spell causes the gem to crumble into dust. Yeah, it is.
Oh, damn. Okay, I was just joking, but all right.
No, it is the
Consumed
spell was.
in the casting.
That is correct. That is the exact words. It crumbles to dust and is gone.
So we can't bury this guy in the shithole.
That's Marezi, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that one. Normally I bleep these out, but I'm gonna let that one ride. But
I mean, she's choking back tears, but this is how she deals with things.
Yeah, that's true, and there is no way you'd want to bury him in Zental Keep, and now you apparently have a new companion who is very interesting, whose name you still don't know, and you have a northward journey to go on, and you want to shake the dust of this town off your feet, and you know just a tiny bit more about your adversary, and things are about to get real. And that's where we'll end! Chafing Armor, episode 94. Thanks for playing, everybody.
Tix gets
Always
the
a
last
pleasure.
laugh.
Man,
Ouch.
died twice.
I thought it was.
Yep.
Isn't this like 3 or 4 times?
Well, Isabel and I were...
This is the third time.
Yeah,
This is
Isabel
the
and I were
final
talking
time.
about it. There was, of course, being bitten in half with the shark, and then there was this time. Then he didn't quite die when he fell. He was
fell
dying.
off the bridge, right?
Yeah, he was dying, but he didn't die.
Oh, that's true.
But the trauma was what caused his hair to turn white. And then, of course, he, again, almost died being sucked out into the ocean. So, yeah. Great job, everyone.
Later, big fella.
Oh,
2 years.
I'll miss the big boy.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
That was
You know what?
hard.
We should find that necromancer.
Yeah.
Maybe put him to use.
Yeah. Just have
he
just
killed
have
my
a
brother. I'm
zombie
going to-
Osakai.
I just got this meme in my head of the big bad killed my brother. You shall have my bow. You shall have my axe. You shall have your brother. Yes, the necromancer. I actually have tears in my eyes.
Thank you all for listening.
That was hard.
We'll pick things up, skipping forward just a little bit, and let you all kind of wrap things up on that. We are so glad for all of our listeners and coming with us on this crazy journey, including the death of one of our main characters and the start of a new one. And maybe y'all will even learn this new character's name at some point. We'll see.
Unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, who cares?
I don't
Go
think
from-
they care, yeah.
Bear boy to bird boy. There we go.
Oh my goodness, it's a direct line. It's a direct line. Well,
Sorry.
good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good
DM.
Sweet dreams.
Good night.
And we will roll with you soon.